Have you,
Yeah,
Da'Yon
on
or Andy,
tickets.
how are ticket sales going for the season opener? That's what I really want to know.
Uh, that I couldn't tell you. They have not advertised like they did last year, but it's just a whole different situation. The schedule is nowhere close to as good as it was last year, and it's not the first year of the Big 12, and so there's a couple different things. You would think that all the people that were fed up with Dana would be excited by this, but it's August 31st in July or in Houston, and who's really going to show up for that? I hope people are excited for it, see what it's going to be, understand it's a process. It's not everything's going to be fixed on August 31st. There's still some spots that are iffy on this team, but you have to believe in what Willie has done with recruiting and just really in every way they can. They've worked on fixing the NIL situation. Still a long ways to go. They have recruited incredibly well, and I have seen you. It's just a different team in practice. It's so much more structured. It's so much more decent. Just the way they demand everyone give full effort and run to the end zone. If you're a ball carrier or a receiver and you catch a ball, if you get tackled or tagged, as they're doing in most practices, not full on tackling, you're still expected to go all the way to the end zone, where you hand the ball to the official and they get it back to the line. You're going to see that in every game. Every ball carrier is going to hand the ball to an official. And it's a small thing, but it's a team discipline, and it helps build all the rest. And so I think that's going to be really good. I think there's a lot of things to get excited about. Seeing how this team grows from the 31st of August to October 1st to November 1st to December 1st, I don't know what to expect because all I've seen is them up against each other.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, you're really good or you're really bad, that doesn't tell you anything.
Do you think, guys?
I didn't answer the question at all.
Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
You guys think there's a marketing opportunity to market Willie Fritz, not only what he's done, but a new regime, a new head guy, good with recruiting, all that he's done to be able to market that? And even from a media's perspective, I think it's easy to get clips of him just at practice with his shirt on, blowing a whistle, and those things that are quote unquote behind the scenes, but not showing behind the scenes, to be able to use that as marketing to kind of build some type of anticipation or marketing the football team with tickets or just things like that.
I think in a nutshell, and we've touched on it, Dan, you and me and Andy have really said this. One thing they need to, for now, is market hope. Coach Fritz is giving hope to fans who became disillusioned with that previous guy. That guy is now up there in Fort Worth getting whatever. But Coach Fritz is hope for football fans of the University of Houston. This year, they may not win a lot of games, but they're going to be prepared. The foundation is being laid for the future this year. So, and Ryan said it. I agree with it. The team you see on August 31st against UNLV, they'll be better in November. And they'll be better as the season progresses. This is going on. But this year, Coach Fritz is hope for all those fans who just gave up on that previous regime.
Wanda Polk says that for her, football season tickets were mailed out on Friday, so hopefully that's a positive sign.
That's
and to add on to y'all's points, Dan, you touched on marketing around Willie Fritz, and Ryan, you can really attest to this because, like you said, you practically lived there for the past 3 weeks over there by the football practice facility. But under Willie Fritz, they've just opened it up so much more. to media. Like you can go to the entire practice, which was never the case in previous years. And Willie Fritz, even I've only went to the first practice, but Willie Fritz said, like, we're giving y'all access. You have all the access, and that it's a small thing for us, but it's huge. It's huge. And Ryan can attest. I'm sure he's been able to get so much more this training camp and even going back to the spring than he has in previous years, just because the coaching staff and Willie Fritz specifically as the head coach has allowed that to be the case. And it's not like people are walking on eggshells or they're micromanaging what you could post, which in previous years seemed to be the case.
It's different. It's fun. It's I know the players so much better going into the season and their skills and their strengths and than I ever have. And it's just watching. And, you know, I've been fortunate to be able to be there almost every day. And I think I've talked to every guy on the roster. If I haven't, I'm really close. And so, I mean, I've never had that kind of access in football. And it's fun. And I hope that our coverage has shown that this is kind of a different thing, and they're giving us access, and we're seeing things that we've never seen before.
Richie Rich brings up a good point. Last question. Are tickets mailed anymore, or is it all email digital?
I believe it's all digital, and it goes into your wallet on your phone. But I can't tell you 100%.
Okay. Because I know for the TBT stuff, I mean, it's not the same really, but I mean, media, we were emailed the parking stuff and things like, it was put on our digital wallet kind of thing. So,
which is how football has been for the past few years too.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's still the case. So,
Star Pizza.
Yeah, Star Pizza. Let's go.
It's excellent. So when are you going to go back there, Ryan? When are you going to go back there to Star Pizza?
They're sending stuff to Brad for our show tonight. I am not getting. I had it last week.
See, so I asked him, when is he going to go back to Star Pizza?
I think it's this Thursday night. How's that?
Thank you, sir. Because one time
either this Thursday night or the next Thursday night.
All right.
I'm going to go with the specialists, the kickers, the punters, the long snappers, and kind of document what they do on Thursday nights there.
Okay. Miss Wanda says they were emailed. Her tickets were emailed. She needs to call about her volleyball tickets, season tickets. All right. Fair enough. Yep. There we go.
All right. As we begin to kind of wrap things down, I do want to ask Ryan just overall in general. I know he mentioned he's been at football practice basically for the majority of training camp, if not all of it. But anything that stood out, or like you said, it's them practicing against each other, so it doesn't really give you a good gauge of what they'll look like on August 31st. But anything that, whether it be a story, a player, a drill, how stuff is run, what stood out to you about training camp?
There's a lot of stories. Mike Bratton, the linebacker who was at Louisiana Monroe and at Louisiana and at HBU and at Blinn College and at Nassau Community College on Long Island. Wow. There might be one other school he was at. He's been everywhere, but he's a ball player, and he's immediately won over his teammates. Like, they all believe in him. And so he'll be fascinating to watch all year. I think that there are some receivers that are going to surprise you. Jonah Wilson is going to start, number 4. He had a touchdown grab kind of late in the season at home. And it was like his first taste. And now he has shown that he's one of the best guys. There's a small guy, number 83, Mekhi Muse, who I love. I think there's something there. Rashawn Sanford, the running back, had a great scrimmage yesterday. Broke a big one for 77 yards for a touchdown. put a great juke move on a linebacker. They were doing first and goal line situations. Did that. He had a really nice day. The transfer from Tulsa, Devon Williams, had a really nice day. He flew past the defensive backs and caught a ball in stride. I think it was about 80-yard touchdown. So, and that's like the first times that you've seen the offense kind of get the best of the defense. I believe the long touchdown run and then the long pass were both second team offenses. So we'll see. I think the defense is still pretty well ahead of the offense, although the offensive line had a good day yesterday. But yeah, there's a lot of stories, and you've got a new freshman Australian punter who came to America 2 months ago and had never been here and is 18 or 19 years old and learning the game, still doesn't really understand the huddle. He'll be out there on the field ready to go and everybody's huddling. He's like, crap. And he goes back. But he's awesome. He's fantastic to talk to. And so hopefully he has a good season and people get to see more of his personality. He's like a Dane Roy in terms of personality.
Ryan, from what you've seen, have you changed your win-loss prediction? I think you told, so what is it, 4?
3.
3 or 4?
Yeah, I'm at 3, and that's just because you lost some very important guys. You replaced them, but I don't know if that level that you replaced them is at the level that you were at, and the level you were at was at 4 wins. So I'm not sure, and I will be glad to be wrong.
Sure. Right.
But I need to see it. I think there are pieces. Can it turn into a full team and go out and beat people? And I think this first game is a real test. And then you go to OU, and then you get Rice, and okay. Theoretically, you should be 2-1, but there is a situation you could be 0-3.
Yep.
And that doesn't mean Willie's bad, or it's just, where you're coming from.
Exactly. And it would take longer than some folks want to acknowledge. That's all. Yeah.
Coaches used to get 4 years, and then it was 3 years, and now it's kind of 2. I think by the end of year 2, you're going to see real progress.
Yeah.
But you have to get there. And, we'll see if people are patient enough to get there.
Well, I'll say this. But go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
One of the storylines I didn't talk about are the tight ends. And the tight ends in this offense are going to be used more than you've ever seen. In the running game, 2 tight end sets, they're going to split out wide. They've been running routes where tight ends are going on fade routes in the corner.
Wow.
I mean, it's some different stuff. Malik Carr, number 6, the transfer from Purdue and Michigan State, and Jaden York, number 13.
Mm-hmm.
Funny dude.
Yeah.
Funny. Jaden York is probably going to be the starter, although they're going to use Carr and York so much, it doesn't really matter who the starter is. But we're going to have Jaden on our show tonight, our 8 o'clock live, talking about them Cougars. He's going to be with Joseph Manjack. They are BFF, and I am looking forward to the trash they talk. We're going to have Kelvin Sampson, also Galen Robinson, the Godfather, and the quarterback commit, Austin Carlisle.
Excellent.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
I was going to say this just real quick. For folks who are fans of the men's basketball program, just remember what that team did the first 2 years under Coach Sampson. And look at where they are now. Okay, so if Coach Fritz in football, oh man, after 2 years, boy, it's not what I thought, but you can see them getting better. And that's what's going to happen. And then look at men's basketball. That's what I'm going to say. I trust Coach Fritz a hell of a lot more to get it done than that previous guy.